Yes, Naz, yes, you're watching a Cybernet special with me, Lucy Longhurst. Get ready for a fistful of features as we take you for a ride, land on the moon and meet a racing superstar. It's unstoppable. It's Cybernet. Seconds out, round one. He's the king of the ring, and in 1999 he became king of the consoles as WBO featherweight champion Prince Naseem was immortalised in his own boxing game for the PlayStation. We spoke to the champ to find out more.
I've never ever played a boxing game, so the first boxing game that I'll play on the PlayStation I think will be myself. So I will have the satisfaction of playing the first boxing game and me knocking some mug out. That's what I like to do.
All that blocking and punching can mean that boxing games quickly become repetitive. To avoid this, the development team have paid close attention to the speed and character design of more traditional fighting titles.
We're trying to make a game that is as good as a Japanese fighting game, but it's in the boxing genre, and at the same time true to Naz. We've not gone down the route of trying to produce Muhammad Ali or someone. We've created our own boxes, which has given us freedom to make very interesting characters.
Early indications are that Prince Naseem Boxing will be a slick, well-designed title that will boast plenty of realistic arenas and a wide range of different boxers to fight against. But if all those muscle-bound pugilists become too much, there's also an option to step out of the ring and test your skills as a manager, as you train a boxer throughout his career.
I wanted an actual boxing game of myself and not of loads and loads of the fighters in the same game, and so obviously the limelight is on myself, and that's what I do like.
But although Naz may be unbeatable in the ring, how will his skills translate when controlling his virtual alter ego? Well, he soon picked up the controls and proceeded to give the game's designers a lesson or two about the art of fighting, although perhaps they let him win. The cowards. The game is designed to be a challenge, and sooner or later Prince Naseem's PlayStation character will have to hit the canvas and be declared a loser, spoiling Naz's reputation at being unbeatable. How will Naz feel then?
I don't think I'll be very chuffed about that. I feel that the Prince, if he does go on the canvas, I think he deserves to get back up on a computer game and always win. Because as you know, I'm a pure winner. I'm 31-0 and 28 knockouts, so I don't think it's right for me coming second. I've always come first, so I always say, like, winning is not everything. Winning's the only thing.
You'll have to wait and see who got the final word when the game's finished, but who'd bet against the Prince? Monkey madness now as Cybernet takes a look at our top 10 apes of the games world. Going berserk through the streets at 10, there's a big one on the loose in Rampage World Tour. Leading the way from some stampeding elephants, it's Turk from Tarzan at 9. At 8, it's the primate with panache in Monkey Hero. Oh, my hero. In 7th, the king of the monkeys is in trouble from the Neverhood in Skull Monkeys. They're the world's future, and they're coming to your PC soon. Those sinister simians from Planet of the Apes are at 6. And in 5th, it's up to Spike to catch the monkeys who are running amok in Ape Escape. Flying into contention with his very own game, it's Diddy from Diddy Kong Racing at 4. Our third favourite ape is this funky furball from Black and White, Get Down. No, leave her in her cell. Natalia hasn't been taking her medicine. It's the secret cheat for GoldenEye 007. But at number 1, he's 20 years old and still the greatest monkey the games world has ever seen. It's Donkey Kong. If you've ever dreamt of starring in a video game, then rejoice, because the latest computer technology has made it possible for everyone. A Avatar, a revolutionary system, allows users to make a three-dimensional moving image of themselves and then breathe life into it on a computer screen.
You will be able to enter cyberspace, you'll be able to go to virtual business meetings as yourself in the future. You'll be able to perhaps be part of a computer game, so instead of Lara Croft running around the dungeon, in the future you'll be able to be yourself running around the dungeon and shooting the bad guys.
Great, but how does it work? Well, after being scanned in a special booth, the computer maps the contours of an individual's face and body and creates a 3D image. The image, known as an avatar, is transferred into another computer, allowing users to manipulate their virtual selves. The avatar is a full-body 3D graphical clone of its subject. The computer can match facial features, hair, height, colours, textures, and even clothes.
The most exciting aspect is the ability to capture a three-dimensional image in this way, a realistic three-dimensional image, and move it around. Far different from a two-dimensional photograph or seeing yourself in a mirror. You can see the back of your head, the side of the head, or any angle at all.
This amazing technology is available for the first time to visitors at London's impressive Millennium Dome. Here, several booths have been installed and the public can create their own avatar by trying out the system for themselves.
This technology is a world first because visitors will be scanned in real time and we'll create avatars of them, put them into cyberspace, into a virtual world.
Visitors to the Dome probably just want to have fun, but some people believe avatars will have more serious uses.
I can see lots and lots of potential applications with this, but one that instantly comes to mind, I think, is in forensic science. Instead of mugshots now of somebody, they could capture the image of somebody, not only the image, the movement of that person as well.
There are many applications for an avatar as well as just inserting one into a computer game. You could try on virtual clothes in an online clothes shop or even send your avatar to an online business meeting.
Cyberspace is going to be the next place to do business. It is the coming marketplace of the future, and at the moment representations of people in cyberspace are fairly crude. What this does is adds a human element to communications on the internet or in virtual worlds.
Perfect Dark, the eagerly awaited game for the N64, will offer a similar technology. Using the Game Boy camera, you'll be able to paste your face onto characters, but these will be far more primitive than the full-bodied avatars. They may not be able to attend school or go out to work for you, but we at Cybernet think that avatars are going to make their mark in the real world very soon. Every year, the world's biggest arcade game manufacturers gather together in London to showcase their latest offerings, and 1999 was no exception. Hundreds of machines were on show, most of which had never been seen before. Cybernet was there, and here are some of the weirdest games we found. Final Furlong 2 put a smile on everyone's face. Amateur jockeys saddle up a model horse and tear around one of 3 types of courses to get their steed to the finishing post first. If they have the stamina. Not strange enough, then take a look at Angler King, one of the most popular arcade games in Japan. Players can cast their hooks into some of the world's most beautiful lakes. The idea is to catch, wrestle and land the largest fish you can from fresh or saltwater courses. You can actually feel the fish pull on your reel, so you'll need all your strength to conquer the slippery monsters. If you've got any energy left after that, try taking a ride on the magical truck adventure. Team up with a friend and test your rhythm aboard a runaway minecart. Players pump their way through time in search of a precious stone that can shift planets and change space. Teamwork is vital as you dodge obstacles, jump ravines and try to keep on track. No, these wild-looking guys don't come with this machine. They're just demonstrating Guitar Freaks, a game that lets you play like a rock star without ever having picked up an instrument. Sound too good to be true? Well, all you have to do is watch the screen, and when the cursor passes over the colours, press the corresponding button on the neck of the guitar, flick the string switch, and you'll play the right note. Carry on, boys! Finally, Finally, quite possibly the strangest thing we've ever seen was Flashbeat. Players stand head-to-head in front of a case filled with neon tubes. A shaft of light then shoots across from one player to another and has to be repelled by hitting the right button at the end of the tube. Up to 5 lanes can be used at once, and the first player to miss a shot loses. It's very hectic, and believe us, it's lots of fun. Grab a pen now as we show you how to get the elusive Hyper Blaster in Silent Hill, courtesy of some extraterrestrial intervention. Complete the game with a good plus rating, and the mysterious channeling stone will make an appearance on the counter of the convenience store. The stone appears useless, but try using it at the following locations: on the roof of the school, outside the hospital doors before fighting the moth, outside the rooms at Norman's Motel, on the bridge of the ship, and finally on the top of the lighthouse. After this 5th attempt of using the stone, some rather odd tourists will pay you a visit.
Sorry.
Don't worry, he's only stunned, and when you play again, you'll find that the alien visitors have left something behind for you. Check your inventory and you'll find the Hyper Blaster. With this special laser gun, exploring Silent Hill will be much easier. Let's just hope they don't come back for it. Whether it's in the home or at the office, it seems that more and more people are using personal computers in their everyday lives. With the latest technology becoming readily accessible, we decided to look at how manufacturers are taking PCs into the new millennium. In 1999, the new Mac G4 was launched, claiming to be the fastest PC in the world. Designed with creatives in mind, it handles art applications and design software unlike anything we've seen before.
One of our design goals for this machine was to make it the ultimate Photoshop machine, right? We all use Photoshop day in and day out, and Photoshop can be incredibly demanding. So we wanted to build the fastest ultimate Photoshop machine in the world.
The G4 is not alone in its claim to be the fastest home computer in the world. It was recently put to the test when it was pitched head-to-head in a performance race with the fastest Pentium 3 PC.
The Power Mac G4, executing these very common Photoshop tasks, is 2x, literally twice as fast as the fastest Pentium 3 money can buy, running at 600 megahertz.
Apart from handling Photoshop, the G4 was also used to render real-time data from Pathfinder, the spacecraft that was sent to observe Mars. Technical performance is now not the only important factor when making a PC. Computer manufacturers are paying more attention to how their machines look. This is the gorgeous iBook, a new laptop that boasts a 6-hour battery life and can be taken straight out of its box and be online in seconds. If the style or the design of your PC is what's getting you down, you haven't seen anything yet. The Ottoman footstool is just one model of a series called Concept PCs. This involves a range of computers in eccentric shapes and colours designed to fit into the modern home. The manufacturers claim that they want to get rid of the big beige box appearance that most PCs tend to have and present home computing as something more fun and fashionable. They want to create a line of computers that are easy to use, set up and maintain, but also offer the public a model with its own character and unique styling. PCs are now more popular than ever. Whether we use them for business or pleasure, we not only need the latest technology and fastest performance, but also the best looks. Formula Formula One racing is widely recognised as the most glamorous and prestigious motorsport in the world. There have been countless video games that have tried to capture the excitement in computer form, but what makes these games so popular? We decided to ask a man who just might know.
We all like to drive on the road, and it's fun to be able to explore limits in a computer game that you wouldn't be allowed to do on the open road. So that's one of the reasons I think. And you can't all relate to sort of being some sort of, demon with a big, laser gun blasting something, but you can relate to driving a car.
Developers Video System produced the popular F1 World Grand Prix for the N64 and now have a new version coming out on the Dreamcast. They hold the official license for the sport and see this as a vital factor in producing a quality game.
I think it's very, very important. The people who are going to buy and play the games, they expect something very real. And there's no use in making a Formula One game unless it has all the real teams and drivers.
The arrival of the next generation console should see some of the best looking and best handling F1 games yet. Having the official rights means that the programmers had access to technical specifications and information from the real teams.
We basically model a generic F1 car, plug all these features in, and that's what gives us a Williams car or a McLaren car. And because we've got all this data from the different teams, we can basically make the cars different and behave differently.
Surprisingly, there are only 22 men in the world regarded as having the necessary ability and skill to professionally race the real Formula One cars. But when these supermen are not practicing on the track, what do they get up to?
I understand that a lot of them do play games to learn the circuit more, and I thought that was very interesting.
And what about the man himself?
I find the visual very good for replicating the tracks, so sort of over the hill in Casino Square in Monaco and that sort of thing. It's fantastic quality.
A few Formula One games released recently only feature new teams and drivers and don't really offer anything new. Some people have suggested that there's little more they can do to improve the F1 racing genre. So is there anything else to offer the games player?
Traditionally, every game's been the same, and all they've had to support them is the graphical advances of the hardware, or because they've learnt the hardware better, they've been able to modify it year to year. In future evolutions of our game, what we'll try and do is capture more of the spirit of F1. So I think if you can become more immersed in the Formula One experience and try and get that across the board, then that might be the way to go.
I don't think it's the end of the line for F1 games. I think it's the beginning, really, because there are going to be a lot more consoles coming out in the future, and until the F1 games look totally photorealistic, I think we'll strive to get them looking better and better.
With graphics improving all the time, it looks like it won't be long before we get the ultimate realistic F1 experience. So hold on tight, because we'll have it here first on Cybernet. That's it from our fabulous features show. We'll be back again with our regular dose of reviews, previews, reports and all sorts very soon. Don't forget to try our competition to win a console. Until next time, we'll leave you with some gold, Mortal Kombat gold. Stay with the winning team, keep watching Cybernet.